From the depths of radio nothingness comes Radio Nowhere.
This is Radio Nowhere. Is there anybody alive out there? This is Radio Nowhere. Is there anybody alive out there?
WJBD is proud to permit Radio Nowhere.
All right, we're back. And welcome back.
We are back. It's good to be back.
We're almost all back. We're missing one person tonight.
Man, that is just a rock in your shoe, isn't it, Steve?
It is. It's bugging me. He needs to put his big boy pants on.
It's Matt Donahoe.
Matt Tackett.
Steve Stein.
Chad Spray.
4/5.
Who are we missing?
Funky.
Funky. He's sleeping in the corner. And
Tackett is
Tackett has made a mess.
Tackett is dropping soda.
dear.
Usually we don't short out till the end of the show, Tackett, but
a little early. A little early in the evening for that.
Quick, get a bucket. Spill, and it would be Dr. Pepper, one of the worst, the stickiest sodas. Oh, my.
well, we want to give a special shout out today to, of course, our benefactor, Bruce Kropp. His birthday was Saturday. So we want to say happy birthday, Bruce.
Happy
we
birthday.
spilled soda
Happy
we spilled soda all over the board here at the radio station.
Tackett left you a present.
Is that smoke?
That's awesome. Hey, Tackett, how long have you worked in radio, by the way?
Not for very long.
Oh, this is awesome.
So we're playing your...
And Tackett's face is as red as a tomato
he's
right
completely, he's irritated. Oh.
What did we hear before this?
Live radio.
What did we hear before this mess occurred?
Well, literally.
A splash?
Yeah, we heard a splash, and I think Tackett might have sworn under his breath a little bit too. So
Nothing but a G thing?
So if you're recording this at home, or when Steve puts this up on YouTube, go back and listen and hear what Tackett says under his breath when he spills the soda.
In slow motion.
The subliminal.
We heard the appropriate Poison, Nothing But a Good Time. And we kick things off. Whose house is it?
Run's house.
And what's all over it? Dr. Pepper. A Red Noob C kicked things off with Run's house. And I think Funky just got a pass there because we were getting ready to just pile on him for not being here tonight, despite the fact that we saw him 2 hours ago. And then Tackett went and spilled Dr. Pepper all over the board.
I think that's why we can't have nice things.
Did you get it? Did you get it all cleaned up? Because
I think so.
Because if not, we're going to get ants. Do you want to get ants? Because this is how you get ants.
Ants?
Ants.
Ants in the pants?
Ants in the keyboard, wiring, and wherever else.
Ants everywhere.
Couldn't clean up. That's going to be sticky.
So the show, we're 10 minutes. We're literally 10 minutes in, and we are off to
Disaster has already struck.
Yes, this is what live radio sounds like, folks. This is a state of live radio. People wonder why there's so many syndicated and satellite-driven shows across the nation, because this is what live radio sounds like right here, folks. Oh, how's everybody's week?
Pretty good so far. Tackett's was pretty good till about 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, I was doing all right. And then, it's a shame I didn't get called to work already.
It is a shame.
The board would have been happier.
We took a drastic turn from summer into fall today.
I love it.
Oh, no, I do too.
Bring it on. Bring on the 20 degrees weather. Bring on
20?
getting dark at 4:30.
You're dumb.
No. Yeah, now we're jumping
Too
ahead.
far.
Yep. That's
No, hate the heat.
That's okay. Well, that's fine. I do too, but that's jumping.
50 degrees at night and 70s in the day. is
Yeah,
not-
exactly.
No 70s. At highest, I want is 60.
That's fine, but you jumped to 20.
If I had
It's
my
like
druthers, I would jump. Yeah, I would take the 20.
Well, I mean, and I even like it cold, but 20 is ridiculous. Think about what you're saying for a minute. Do you really want it to be 20 degrees all the
We
time?
had that last
Yes.
winter, and that was not
yeah,
fun.
remember what happened last winter?
Yeah, well, if I'm getting to choose, there's going to be no snow and ice. It's just going to be freezing
No,
cold.
if it's going to be 20 degrees,
No,
there needs to be snow and ice.
Well, yeah, if it's going to be that cold.
So now we're getting picky.
What?
Well, you're the one who plunged us into this.
Arctic freeze.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I really like it cold. How cold? Oh, well below freezing.
Cold enough to set a Dr. Pepper outside and freeze it, and then
Yeah,
Taggart can
but
come. And,
If it was frozen, it wouldn't have spilled
But
anywhere.
you're the one
knock
that
it
wants
over.
to have a pet penguin living in the freezer of your home.
what's that say about you that you know that?
Yeah, that's a weird thing to remember about somebody, Steve.
I remember such things.
You remember that? I remember your middle name, Stephen Lee.
Everybody knows my middle name.
Most people do for various reasons.
Oh, folks, it's going to be a good night tonight. We got a good show.
Taggart has had to get reinforcements on the
Are you
napkins.
still cleaning
Is that
are you-
Mr. Clean?
It
Okay.
is. Oh, that's noxious.
He's now he's got a bald cap on, and he's come dressed in as Mr. Clean.
Tackett, that is weird. He's got the tight white shirt on.
Well, just a little bit of pnemounia and a little bit of bleach. It cures.
Oh
pretty
my
much
gosh!
Whoa.
That
Chad,
reeks.
a
Chad,
little bit of pneumonia.
Did you say pneumonia?
Do we need to call the ambulance?
pneumonia. Tackett has a little bit of pneumonia, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm getting high off the pneumonia.
So he didn't
I'm getting
spill
flu
the
and
Dr.
a
Pepper.
runny nose and a sore throat.
He
from
was just
pneumonia.
too weak to hold it and drop it
'Cause
from
he
the
has-
pneumonia.
He has pneumonia. Tackett, buddy, you want to go home?
Now I'm getting better.
Not your night tonight.
So we have more music playing.
Tried to segue out of this. We're going to see if you can keep this drink down. Someone with pneumonia should drink a lot of fluids. So
That's what I hear.
You have fever? Your face is red.
No, just sunburn.
oh my gosh, we got a great show tonight.
Going nowhere fast, as I believe.
Oh, we're Radio Nowhere, so we're already here. We play stuff you don't normally hear on the radio, on this radio station or other radio stations. Our first couple of songs were pretty mainstream, though. Run DMC and Poison. We're going to give a shout out now, thanks to our good buddy Travis Henson reminding us of this on Facebook. We're going to bring the tone down a little bit. Chad, this is kind of your area.
I believe we're getting ready to hear Mr. Bad Example by Warren Zevon.
And why are we going to play some Warren Zevon tonight, Chad?
What was it, 11 years ago to the day he passed away from lung cancer?
That's right. So shout out to
Sure
Warren
wasn't
Zevon.
pneumonia?
It might have been pneumonia. It's Warren Zevon, Mr. Bad Example on Radio Nowhere, WJBD. Radio Nowhere and WJBD, Life on Mars. Who sang that song, Steve?
Freddie Mercury.
That is wrong, but
We like the conviction in which you said it.
yeah, and close is the wrong word for it, but I can understand why
Cheap trick.
Okay, any credit I was going to give you, just kind of. One more guess.
Bill Bellamy.
He wasn't even a singer; he was a MTV host.
My cheese?
It's David Bowie and Life on Mars, and before that, who was it? Steve sang "Mr. Bad Example."
Van Morrison.
Warren Zevon, but
Thanks for playing.
yeah,
I wasn't aware I was supposed to actually be paying
paying
attention to
attention.
the songs.
Okay, or at all. Here we are.
I'm sorry, what?
It's Matt Donahoe, Steve Stein, Chad Spray, Matt Tackett, and we are Radio Nowhere. We're playing songs you don't normally get to hear on the air. We've been a little mainstream tonight. We'll have to shake that up a little bit with our music choices. Chad,
Yeah.
what you got on your mind?
Just we're talking about different music, and you said Warren Zevon's kind of my area. I like to do a little shopping for used CDs, just to see what I can find, and find them, cheap prices, stuff I maybe wouldn't normally buy. Found a pretty good deal on the Beatles, and just going around the room just to get an idea of what we like, don't like, just if you had to pick, you get to listen to, say, 3 Beatles songs rest of your life, but you get to, like, delete 3 Beatles songs, couple Beatles songs from playlists across the country. What would you keep? What would you go?
Wow, really?
Does it have to be Beatles, or can it be a member of the Beatles?
Let him answer, and then go with another artist.
Well, if I had to delete Beatle playlists,
Yeah.
I actually have what I consider to be pretty surprising songs that I don't like of the Beatles.
Hit me.
I mean, and not just like, they're okay, but I do not like them. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. I do not like that song.
Huh.
In fact, Sgt. Pepper, one of my favorite albums, and then that comes on, and I'm just like, ugh. No, I like Sgt. Pepper, but so there's that one. Come Together, I am not a big fan of.
Really?
Yep.
I actually like that one.
No, I know most people do, and it's just
Maybe if I sang it to you, you would change your
all
mind.
right. Go.
Come together right now over me. Boom, 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 doo.
I actually do like that version.
Yeah, there you go.
And those are the two right off the top of my head that I'm not a big fan of. There's a third one too, but those are.
All right, put it this way. You know the Beatles collection, there's the red double disc that's got more of their pop stuff, and the blue has their ballads. You more of a pop, they're like early pop stuff or later ballad? Like,
Well, not ballad. I mean,
you know what I'm talking
I
about.
like more of their.
Slower tempo.
No, I like more of their experimental stuff, like Sgt. Pepper. The experimental is the wrong word. More of their trippy stuff, I guess. White Album, Sgt. Pepper. That's kind of the Beatles stuff I like. But their pop stuff, I mean, can you go wrong with Help? I mean, you know,
I don't really care for it.
you don't like Help,
No, not really.
really? Now, see, that surprises me. I mean, there's a few. I actually brought a Beatles CD tonight we could play. What about? I brought Revolver. What about Yellow Submarine?
Like it.
It's all right.
Eleanor Rigby,
It's fine.
Taxman,
Not bad.
Good Day Sunshine,
Not real familiar.
and Your Bird Can Sing. You don't know Good Day Sunshine?
If I heard it, I probably would.
You know.
Steve,
All right.
do the honors.
Everybody knows that one.
We'll do it.
Good day, sunshine. Sun's coming over the moon tonight, and
don't think-
yeah.
Nope.
When he started off, I know what he's talking about.
so
but
yeah, you
as
know
it
it.
got,
Wait. When he started off with the title of the song, and not even.
it's late.
What? Okay. What are your three you'd get rid of?
Probably any 3 of their, like, what you'd call pop stuff. I mean, just throwing out, like, I Want to Hold Your Hand,
You'd get rid of I Want to Hold Your Hand.
Ticket to Ride.
And she don't care.
You know, those 2 would be fine with me. I mean, the 3 I would keep would be Revolution, Hey Jude, and probably Let It Be.
So that's their later stuff.
Yeah.
Tackett?
I like the Beatles in general. I just am not as well versed on anything on the Beatles. So,
Well, but is there like, all right, pick one of their songs then that you just get rid of, like just delete from playlists.
I'm not big on Yellow Submarine.
Really? That seems to really, some people just really don't like that one. Steve, how about you?
Oh, I'm kind of hit or miss. I mean, I'm not a huge Beatles fan anyway, but I'm kind of like Tackett. Yellow Submarine, I could do without. It's kind of wonky. Yeah.
I mean, I'm a big Beatles fan. I bought all their re-releases when they came out a few years ago.
Oh, I do have an interesting statistic
Sure.
regarding the Beatles.
Yeah.
The observation has been made that right now, 16% of everyone who's ever lived is alive right now. So, of every human being
of every
that has
human
ever
in the
lived,
history of humanity, okay.
you have if you took one person at random from history, from start to finish, there'd be a 16% chance that you would pick someone that was alive.
Okay.
And it'd be someone, but if you picked a beetle at random, there'd be a 50% chance they were alive. It's one of those goofy statistical things that you know how they always say you can make statistics say whatever you want, but theoretically you have a better chance of being alive right now if you were a beetle than just the general population.
Kind of like that statistic of the year 1990 is closer to the moon landing than it is to the present.
Correct. Chad's mind just got blown.
I'm just going to nod my head and say, sure.
So, Beatles and statistics, right?
Exactly.
And let's play a Beatles song real quick. We got a short one. It's called "And Your Steve Can Sing."
What?
On Radio Nowhere, WJBD. We're back. Steve, sing that song we just heard. Okay? Steve, sing it. Sing that song we just... Go.
Yeah. She loves toast, yeah, and butter.
And another classic ruined. Speaking, though, of butter, it's time for our forecast. Steve Stein is going to give us our forecast. It's brought to us by John's Biscuit Emporium.
Hello.
Hi there, very good pal of mine. It is so fortuitous that we can have natural and casual conversations about all manner of things. Biscuits even.
Do you mean the nummy, only fresh biscuits of John's Biscuit Emporium?
Yes, dude, those never ever day old biscuits are a fine quality food product for eating. Be confident in those biscuits from John's Biscuit Emporium.
True dat, biscuit eater buddy. But how might I eat such a fine, hot, fresh, only just baked biscuit item?
Verily, you must put the biscuit in your mouths and chew up them. Please heed my unblinking wisdom. You cannot consume biscuits intravenously.
Nor can you eat them with your knee or your ear. And hugging your biscuit is simply not proper, almost uncouth. A pat or a thumbs up, maybe.
I thumb up all the racks when I go there.
Everyone knows where and how to arrive at John's Biscuit Emporium in Salem. Feet, car, bike, scoot on your back. Follow the delicious freshness downtown to John's. Fly to the moon on the delectable wings of a biscuit and never come home.
I know I can go to John's Biscuit Emporium in Salem for fresh biscuit and nothing else besides.
My confidence in these eaten biscuits abounds.
You magnificent biscuit, I read your book.
Me?
Go!
Oh, okay. Hear ye, all lord and lady, gentlemen. For the rest of tonight, it's going to be a low of 53, so it's going to be good sleepin's weather out there for people with their windows open. Tomorrow, it's going to be sunny with a high of 76, so once again, beautiful day. Sunday night, 52. Hark, on Monday, it's going to be sunny with 80 degrees. Monday night, it's going to be 20% chance of thunderstorms with a low of 60. Tuesday, 20% chance of thunderstorms with a high of 82. Looks like midweek, we got chance of thunderstorms. Looks like the highest it's going to get is about 84 during the week, and it's going to actually cool off again and be quite cool and pleasant for the final part of the week. So,
I'm a little worried about that forecast, Steve, just because the way you spoke of the windows being open, it sounded kind of threatening.
Oh, it's lovely. That's your forecast with me. Have a good evening, morning stuff.
Radio Nowhere, Squirrel Nut Zippers. I like the name of the band.
Pretty clever.
Yeah.
And stuff. Hey, guess what?
What?
We have a phone call.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you mean we should take it?
Oh, yeah, it's important.
All right. Good morning. You're on Radio Nowhere. Who's this?
It's Jim.
Jim?
Jim.
Jen?
Jim.
And the holograms?
I don't know what that is.
Did you just wake up?
No.
Bad day?
real bad day.
Well, it was Bruce's birthday.
Well, good for Bruce, but normally I listen to your show all the time and I love it, but you guys are just depressing me tonight.
Really?
Why is that?
Just like you said, it's a bad day and you guys aren't helping.
Well, why are we not helping you, sir?
Do you guys have a favorite band?
Yeah, we all do.
I mean, not collectively.
Who are your favorite bands?
I'm a big fan of Warren Zevon and Here Come the Mummies.
I like Toad the Wet Sprocket and Pearl Jam. Steve,
I like stuff too.
Matt.
That's eating. I don't know what he's eating, but he's kind of. It looks like a biscuit from John's Biscuits.
Well, have you ever had a favorite band break up?
Sure.
Well, I just found out that my favorite band of all time broke up.
Sorry to hear that. Who's your favorite band?
Well, you were talking about them earlier.
The Beatles?
Yeah. I can't believe it. I mean, one minute you're putting out the greatest music that anyone's ever heard, and the next minute, nothing. They just broke up.
Just.
Well, I don't know if "just" is the right word for it.
Oh, it's just. I mean, don't you think? I heard you guys talking about them, and then you guys were talking about deleting their songs. How can you even think about that?
Not all of their songs are good.
They're my favorite band. You know what? I don't even know an art. I'm just so depressed because of the breakup.
The breakup happened quite a long time ago, sir.
Not to mention some of them are dead. I mean, I hate to newsflash.
Wait. What are you talking about?
Sir, what year do you think this is? Just humor me.
Well, it's 2014.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the Beatles have been broken up for how long do you think they've been broken up for?
Well, like I said, I just found out about it.
You don't have the internet, do you?
Yes.
Do you use it?
All the time.
What do you use it for?
I keep up on current events and news.
Oh, apparently not.
Not too current.
Well, I do have to give a little credit. The breakup of the Beatles is not a current event.
Well, for as big a fan as he's purporting to be, you would think he'd realize that
Well, let me
through
put it this
various
way.
events.
Did you not think it was a little odd that they hadn't put out an album in some time?
Well, you know, I have been following their albums, and I really like to get into each album. I don't just, like, put it on as background music. I put on the headphones, and I sit there, and I listen to it, I analyze it, I study the lyrics, and I just, you know, I really get lost in it. And then
I'd say you definitely get lost.
I find out now that they broke up. Here's my question, since you guys are in the know. Do you think that they're going to get back together? Because, you know, like the Rolling Stones and the Who, you know, they all did reunion tours. Do you think the Beatles will?
Without a doubt. I think I may have read something on the internet web, Google machine, that the Beatles, I think they might be going on tour next week.
As I think I alluded to a little bit ago, there's a couple of the Beatles that are no longer living.
Wait. I would like to rewind a little bit. I don't think the Rolling Stones have ever. I don't think they're doing a reunion tour. I think they're just
never
still
stopped
touring.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. You know what? I mean, the Rolling Stones obviously didn't have much of an influence on rock and roll like the Beatles or the Monkees or Led Zeppelin or any of the big ones, but you get the point I'm making.
Yeah, we sure do.
Monkees are pretty spectacular.
The Monkees did a reunion tour.
I think they're one of the. Actually, isn't it Mick Jones?
Davy Jones.
Davy Jones, yeah.
He passed away.
Yeah, he's dead.
They still did a tour without him.
Yeah.
So the question is, you know, again, I just found out about this. Do you think there will be a chance that they will reunite?
Are you not curious at all as far as which ones are dead?
Wait a minute. which of the monkeys are dead?
No, which of the Beatles are dead?
Davy Jones is which of
Yeah,
the
Davy
monkeys.
Jones is the answer to that question.
Who is Davy Jones?
Paul
Wait.
McCartney,
Are you telling me that
he's dead.
one of the Beatles died?
Actually,
More than
two
one.
of them, actually.
What?
Steve,
Didn't you play the record backwards and said Paul was dead? There you go.
Well,
You
well,
said
okay,
you were quite
yeah,
the-
you played the record backwards, obviously, that Paul is dead. That turned out to be a big hoax.
Did it?
And the Beatles just like putting backward masking into their music, but obviously Paul McCartney wasn't dead.
No, Sir Paul's still alive, but George Harrison passed away, I want to say, to cancer or some illness related.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
A couple of years ago, 3 or 4.
Several years ago.
Ish, 2000,
So you're telling me that George Harrison is dead?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
prior to that,
So we're down to 3 Beatles.
Down to 2 because
Two.
this may be a shock, but
1.5.
John was assassinated. And I want to say 1980, so that's been a while.
Hence,
This
no
is-
recent albums.
is terrible.
But
It was at the time.
I think on the upcoming reunion tour, they're going to replace the 2 deceased members with, I think, Eric Clapton and little-known singer Billy Mann. So I think you should be happy.
I don't think anyone would be able to replace that. That's just horrifying. I mean, I guess. Oh,
Yeah, that's a tough one.
well, I just found this out today.
Yeah.
How'd you find this out?
I just, I was listening to, again, it's Saturday, so I listened to all of their albums.
It's
and
Sunday.
Well, this morning, and I was like, you know what? I've finally got through them all. It's time to get a new one. So I called the record store, and the guy kind of acted weird and said, we don't have any more. They broke up after that.
So, but you were just asking a minute ago about it, like you didn't know they broke up, and now you're saying you knew.
No. I said I found out today.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I found out today, and it's just.
And we're bumming you out.
I can't. Yeah, I mean it's awful.
What do you do for a living? I'm just curious.
Oh, I do a lot of things. I've done a lot, and see, I guess I guess that's maybe why I haven't noticed, because I keep busy. I mean, my job keeps me really busy.
And what's your job?
I'm sorry?
Where do you work? Where's your employment?
Oh, I'm a part-time carpet installer.
Okay. Being part-time, what do you do in your spare time?
Well, I listen to Beatles music.
And yet you didn't know one
You
passed
must not have.
away
You
and
must
one
not
was
have much spare
assassinated.
time if you're just now getting caught up.
Well, you know what? It's not all I've done. I've done a lot of things in my life.
Such as,
I mean, I've had a lot of jobs over the course of my 83 years. Okay, I mean, I have
83.
I have done. Excuse me?
Did you say out of your 83 years?
Yes, I'm 83 years old.
Wow, you sound pretty young for an 83-year-old.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Could you please turn your dog down in the background? It keeps barking.
But no, over the course of time, I've done a lot of things. I've been, a telephone installer. I've been an insurance salesman. I've been a carpenter. I've been an assassin. I have been a bag boy. I worked at a bank for a while. I mean, I've done lots of things.
An assassin, huh?
Excuse me?
You said an assassin?
Yes.
Did you kill John?
What? No, that's ridiculous. Why would I do something terrible like that?
I don't know. Why would you assassinate somebody?
Excuse me, I was hunting Nazis.
Oh, okay.
sure.
We're good here.
I started off as a carpenter, and I wasn't very good, and the house I built fell on someone. And then I realized I could make more money building bad houses than intentionally fell on people. So I started building houses for Nazis and letting them fall on them.
That's an interesting tale you've got there.
You know what? It's not really relevant when what we're talking about is the most important band ever.
One would still think if they were that important to you, you would know this stuff.
You would think the people in my life would. This is.
Oh yeah, I agree. I would think somebody would have informed you by now.
Yeah, hold on. Mom! Did you know that the Beatles broke up and 2 of them are dead? Well, why didn't you tell me? She knew.
Well,
Why didn't she tell you? Did she give you an answer?
She said she's busy.
Oh.
I mean,
What does she do?
Excuse me?
What does she do that she's that
She
busy?
makes pot pies.
Really?
Yes.
Chicken pot pies?
All kinds of pot pies.
Does she like make them for a business or?
Yes.
What's the business?
Irma's pot pies.
Irma, huh?
Pot pies, huh?
Is she
Have
crazy?
you ever had Irma's pot pies?
Is she crazy?
I've had her chili.
I don't know what that means. She makes pot pies and freezes them and sends them all around the world.
Could we get one here at the station?
No,
Why not?
because you probably couldn't afford it.
Well, I kind of thought maybe since you said you love the show and it'd be like a gift.
I did love the show, but I don't like the way you guys are treating me.
What?
And you seem like you're talking down to me.
No, not at all. I
And
just
you're
find
making
it.
fun of me, and I don't think you deserve a $300 pot pie.
A $300 pot pie.
That's gotta
What
be
all
good.
goes into a $300 pot pie? I've got to know.
It depends on what you order.
I've got some biscuits sitting here that I'd love to dip in that pot pie.
That is a commoner's way to eat a pot pie, sir.
Sorry. Who's talking down to who?
Excuse me?
Who's talking down to who?
Well, you're insulting my mother's.
I'm
pot
not.
pie.
I would love to have
You
a pot
are,
pie.
and you have really, really gotten under my skin tonight, and I was already having a bad day, and this is making it even worse.
Well, if,
Would you like an apology on air?
No.
Because you're not getting one. I just wanted
if
to
we-
know
I mean,
if you
if-
would
if-
like one.
I'm
I
just
don't want
asking if
one.
you could have Crazy Irma send us a pot pie, and this would all be good.
What was that?
Nothing.
You're not getting a pot pie. You're
we
not
get
getting a chicken pot pie. You're not getting a beef pot pie. You're not getting a raccoon pot pie. You're not getting a lobster pot pie. You're not getting any of the pot pies.
And you're not getting a Beatles reunion, so I guess that's a wash.
Could we
That's funny, isn't it?
Could we get a menu?
Excuse me?
Could we get a menu of the pot pies?
Maybe.
We could like give you free advertising, and Crazy Irma could just start selling pot pies like crazy.
Do you think that someone that charges $300 for pot pies needs your advertising?
And we're talking about $300 American dollars, not like some sort of bizarre monopoly money scheme you've got going, right?
Of course, it's American dollars. Are you a communist too?
Well, you said you kill Nazis, so
Yeah.
There's a difference between Nazis and communists.
So you're not a fan of the communists, huh?
Not when they would share my pot pie, my mother's pot pies, and not pay the money for them.
So you called to tell us about your bad day and how you just discovered that your favorite band had broke up so many years ago. You didn't know they were dead,
I just found out that they broke up.
and
I
you
think
called.
I said that.
You called us on the air to tell us all this.
You're the one who should have been comforting me instead of making fun of me.
America
and-
needs to
and-
know.
And my mother's pot pies.
Crazy Irma.
Can stop calling her that?
Irma?
Yes, crazy. You keep saying crazy.
Did I?
I don't think she has a problem with it. Crazy Irma's House of Chili. I mean, that restaurant.
You're talking about two different things. My mother, her name is Irma Chandlerton, and she makes pot pies, famous pot pies, and sends them around the world. I don't know what you're talking about, you non-Beatles loving communists.
Huh. Well, that's interesting. Where's your father in all this?
Excuse me?
Where's your father in the picture? Is he around?
Of course he's around.
Where's he weigh in on the whole Beetlegate?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
How come he hasn't told you about the Beatles?
Yeah.
Does he know about it?
I'm guessing when his son starts talking about the Beatles, all the father says is, "Help!"
Oh, that's funny. My father and I do not discuss popular music after the big Pink Floyd blow-up of '83.
Really? Do tell.
Please
I
don't.
would rather not talk about it. Let's just say we got into an argument in a Jack in the Box over the merits of Pink Floyd's music, and someone ended up getting stabbed in the eye with a spork.
Ooh.
Hoping
I know
it was
they
you.
had sporks at Jack in the Box, honestly.
So,
but
so since then, my father and I do not talk about popular music.
does your mom make any salty chickens?
I told you she makes pot pies.
Well, I thought maybe she had branched out a little bit.
Why don't you mind your own business?
I'm starting to doubt your claims that your mom makes pot pies. I think the odds of your mom making pot pies are about the same as a new Beatles album coming out anytime soon.
You're insulting.
Now that we've been like talking to you for like 15 minutes or so, I mean, is there something that you'd really like to get out of this whole thing, or what?
Yeah, I'd like for you to fulfill a request.
Sure.
Yeah, get off the air.
Oh, yeah, about 6 minutes.
Yeah, we're getting ready to here shortly.
The hardest button to button, and it's the White Stripes.
Who was that guy?
That was Jack White and Meg White on that. Oh, you mean that?
Yeah, I thought I
talking?
heard somebody talking.
Actually, on the next track, which is called Little Acorns, that's actually from the White Stripes album Elephant. There is a lead-in from radio announcer Mort Krim. Do you remember? We used to carry Mort Krim's. Oh gosh, what was the name of his show? He used to carry like these little 2-minute announcements, kind of like a Paul Harvey type of.
Yeah, like a short Paul Harvey.
A shorter Paul Harvey.
I
thing.
mean, not like stature,
3
but
foot
duration.
2?
Yeah. Yes, he was like 3'2".
Cool.
So
Speaking of elephant, there's an elephant in the room.
you know, Steve, I do my best to try to watch what I eat and get some exercise.
I was talking about Bill or whatever his name, the last caller's name.
I thought you were
Jim.
He wanted us to get off the air.
Oh, Jim. Yeah. Well, first of all, if you like what you heard, tell a friend.
If you don't like what you heard, we're
Don't
sorry.
tell Jim.
Don't tell anybody ever. This is Matt Donahoe,
Steve Stein.
Matt Tackett.
Chad Spray.
and Jim Chandlerton called and wanted us to get off the air. So, Jim, here's your long distance dedication.
On the day that you were born, the angels got together and decided to create a dream come true. So they
This has been an I Love Raisins production.
Happy birthday, Bruce.
Bruce. We're going to do it all at once.
From around the world and your own.